Morning, everyone. How are you today? Yeah, taking a look at the back pages of the paper. Of course, a lot of it dominated by Mason Mount. You're going to get some callers on about that. James Maddison making some headlines, of course. But the cricket dominating the back pages of this morning's national newspapers. After yesterday's day 2 in the second test, a bit of a turnaround for England, exactly what they needed.
I missed it.
Hope's alive.
I did have a wee look on the phone and I was listening to a bit of commentary, but I can't. When the sun comes out, I can't just sit there and watch telly all day.
You are so bronze. Isn't he so bronze?
He's peeling.
Look at Al's hands. It looks
He's
like
like a snake over
looks
there.
like he's got a spray tan.
Huh?
You look spray tanned up.
Would I spray tan? I'm from Glasgow. What are you talking about?
Would you wear flip
Would I
flops?
use
Would
a
you wear
spray
flip
tan?
flops in the workplace? Would you get your feet out?
No.
I've been listening to you all morning about the feet.
Yeah, people have such a problem with men and their feet out. I'm okay with that.
Well, what about the producer? He's just come back from Waikiki Beach. Who's he? Mind you, he's from the northeast, isn't he? You know, when it's 12 degrees, he thinks, "Oh, this is beautiful."
It's
Where's the
tropical.
Ambro Solaire?
Talking about the test, of course, yesterday. The Lion
Where's
weeps
Scotland then?
tonight.
Oh, we've got a different climate up there.
By the way, the weather's not been too bad.
Been nice in Scotland, isn't it?
I
Glasgow. My
spoke
mum
to
keeps saying it's
McCoy
been-
told me yesterday it was lovely.
Yeah, lucky us. Okay, sorry, back page of the Sun, we digress. The Lion weeps tonight. Smith fears series for Spin King. That's, of course, Nathan Lyon. He's played 100 consecutive tests.
Wow.
Limped off yesterday with a calf strain. We spoke to an Aussie expert.
He's out there. He's got to be out.
How'd you get a calf strain when you're a
Calf strain.
spinner? Give us a break.
Well, people saying they would trade their calf to give him the chance to play in this, and it actually ups England's hopes. The fact that Lions will be injured. Lots of gifting, shall we say, to the Aussies. There's a piece by Andy Dunn today in the Daily Mirror. Few have gifted wickets more generously than Zach. But he's a born basketballer, and you can't have your test match.
98, wasn't it? Oh, give him a bit of slack, please.
Yeah, exactly that. But we're going to have Steve Harmison here going through the cricket, what he expects today, but it feels very much so more alive based on England's performance yesterday, and the fact that you don't want to see it for anybody, but that Australia now look like they're going to be without Nathan Lyons due to that calf strain. Things looking a bit more rosy for England, of course. Shall we chat about Manchester City?
Yes, an interesting one. This is the 30. Is it 30 million we're talking about here?
This is one of our top stories this morning over on the news. The Sun going for Man Kitty. Claims 30 million payment was bogus sponsorship. Martin Lipton writing this on page 56 of The Sun this morning. Manchester City have been accused of accepting an illicit 30 million payment from a mystery figure from the United Arab Emirates. Now, of course, this comes amid the FFP claims that have been going on at this moment in time.
But we said this a few years ago, Shebahn, when they were going to bring this ceiling in, that's it. You can't overspend unless it's sponsored. Well, you get your mates to do it, don't you? So,
There's always ways around it, isn't it?
Well, Martin goes on to say, according to a new documentary, it's on YouTube, UEFA chiefs ruled that 2 separate £15 million payments in 2012 and 2013 were used to cover for sponsorship funds that did not actually exist. This is a huge problem, and this isn't something that's going to go away until we start to learn more about it.
By the way, 30 million, though, when we're talking about Manchester City champions, treble last year, 30 million is a drop in the ocean, isn't it?
I know, but it's unfair to the other clubs around them if they're getting away with things like this. And let's not forget, Al, City face 115 Prem charges relating to financial reporting between 2009 and 10 and 2017 and 18. So those 115 charges on top of this coming out this morning.
Yeah, they'll just fling more money at the lawyers, won't
No,
they?
yeah, the lawyers have come out winning, wouldn't they?
Incredible what they can do. But do you not think it overshadows the treble ever so slightly? Yes, they're the best team that we've ever seen, but are they honest? Was it done honestly?
I don't know. Listen, I really don't know, but the best team won it for me.
Oh, brilliant team.
Yeah,
Absolutely
there's no
fantastic.
doubting they're the best team, but have they gone about their business like the best team or the sneakiest team?
Well, there must have been a way that they could have done it in that period, and I'm sure they looked at all the rules and said, "Look, how do we do it?" But they get the advice from someone, aren't they?
Who monitors these rules? Look, how many times?
It says Mancini as well has got 2 payments.
Well, how many times we sat here and said, "Well, who actually owns the football club? Where is the money coming from? Fit and proper person. Do they do enough checks on that? No, they don't.
No, I think they're a lot better now, isn't it?
I wonder when we will get answers on this, though. It's been rumbling on for quite some time. This is fresh new claims today in this series and this documentary that is available on YouTube. So we'll keep tabs on it for sure. Back page of The Sun as well. Of course, Harry Kane dominating some of the headlines. Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou wants to hold showdown talks with Harry Kane when the England striker returns from his holiday. Tom Barkley writing this today. Kane returns from his halls on the 12th of July.
See, if I was
it's a lifetime away.
Oh,
I would have flown out there.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to. You're spot on. I'd have said, Harry, I'm getting on a plane. Just give me a couple of hours, please. You got
well, such an important player.
His plans as well. So is he going to get 80 million to spend?
What would he go for now? Harry Kane. What
Well,
was someone bid?
Bayern are talking about 70-ish, 80 maybe. Do you know what I mean? And Daniel, he's got a dilemma, hasn't he? Daniel Levy, he's got a dilemma. Does he?
If he doesn't
I
sign, they've got
don't
to
want
sell
to go
him, really.
anywhere, and then he walks away for free.
And this is the classic case of Spurs when a manager comes in. Is it Daniel Levy's Spurs, or does the manager get full backing when it comes to their signings? So if Ange Postecoglou wants showdown talks to keep him, at the end of the day, it's going to come to Daniel Levy if he wants to get the cash for him now instead of losing him on a free next
But
year.
you'd have thought this had been done before he went on holiday, wouldn't you? It's not fair on the manager. Can he go and spend? Can he go and source players now, or has he got to wait to, when is it? July the what? The 8th or the 9th?
12th. 12th of July.
They said they'll be going on pre-season tour then as well, wouldn't
That's
they?
if Kane
Probably
turns
around
up.
that time.
What do you think, Ray? Do you think Harry Kane stays or does he go?
It's a massive dilemma. I mean, he'd be looking at that record, Alan Shearer's record, so obviously Bayern Munich won't help him. He came there. But he's still got time to come back probably. He could have 3 years in Bayern Munich, win trophies and be 33, 34 and still do a job.
He's bound to win trophies, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I just feel he's...
Or does he stay there for
settled.
one more year at Spurs and then just go on a free transfer for big money? I don't know.
Maybe that's what his agent's saying. But
Just
you stay
sit
at Spurs, get closer to the record, Shearer's record, and then we'll have a move.
Do you think with Ange Postecoglou, Al, seen what he's done at Celtic, considering he came from nowhere, the players that he recruited at Celtic, if he can have his way in the dressing room at Spurs, do you think they'll be successful?
I think it's going to be difficult, if I'm being honest. Yeah, the answer is yeah, he can. He'll improve Tottenham, but I think it's going to be very difficult, Shebahn.
He's a good signing, Madison.
You look at the clubs around him, they're all spending money, they're all improving. City will buy. Look at Arsenal, what they've done, Ray's club. Liverpool will be, they're going to improve. United now, they've got Mount. They're going to improve. So it's going to be difficult for Ange.
Who do you think was better business, by the way? I heard this debate yesterday on the sports bar with Jason and Jamie O'Hara. Do you think it's better business for United to get
Did you
Mount?
not have any knitting or something to do? Or were you listening?
I would have said... I would have
Mount
said
to
that the most
United or
important
Matters?
player would be Madison, wouldn't it?
And it's
Because
great.
Spurs were dying out for someone in that midfield who's going to be a ball player, wasn't they? They've had Højbjerg and people like that who are good players, very good players.
So they were debating Madison or against who?
Against Mason Mount.
For the
So
money
who,
as well.
who was better?
40 million for Madison. I
40
think it's a
million for
bargain.
James
Without the stats in front of me, I'd probably suggest Madison
Madison's-
score and makes more.
Yes, well, that's exactly it.
But
Madison's stats.
Mount's a good. I'm
Very
not
good
taking
player,
anything away
Mount,
from
yeah.
him. He's when he's on his game, he's fantastic.
Where would he play, Al? Mount in midfield? Would he take Eriksen's place?
Ericsson was good last year.
Fernandes, well, he's not going to get in front of Fernandes, is he? I don't think. And then you've got Casemiro. He's not going to get in front of him, so he's got to be...
Casemiro's more holding, isn't he?
Yeah, so
Mount will get busy trying to get involved with the front players. But United will improve, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
It is. It's been a brilliant transfer window so far, especially with the Saudi links as well. In fact, Al, you were speaking about Jota yesterday at Celtic, linked to Saudi.
Oh, away.
Linked to Saudi, they want him. I think they're looking at something like 20 million.
Nah, he won't go
Celtic
there.
snap their hand off for that.
Nah, he won't go there.
Jamie Vardy, isn't it?
And
in the
Jamie
paper?
Vardy turned down the opportunity to go to Saudi Pro League as well. But yeah, the Jota one, that's an interesting one. I'd love to see him in the Premier League.
Can he
He's
see
a
it?
Special
No,
player.
definitely not.
Okay,
Got one more?
back into the Daily Mirror. Andy Dunn, he's had mad moments, but 40 million, he's my signing of the summer. A bit like you said there,
Yeah.
Ray, incredible
Bargain.
value for James. Well, as Jason Cundy said last night, a bargain if it works out. Or a waste of money if it fails. You have to measure that.
Do you know another player who I would go for? And I think West Ham have been linked to it. I think we mentioned it earlier, didn't we? Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Now, that would be a good signing as well. If West Ham can somehow look at that Declan Rice. If he does go to Arsenal, use a bit of money for Harvey Barnes.
I'd love to know who's buying the players there at West Ham. I'd love to know.
But he's a good player.
The mad moments, though, of James Maddison, the casino moments, etc.
Yeah, but I like all that. It's
You
good.
like it?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Bit of character.
Character.
little
That's
bit
what
of
it's
you.
all about.
Right.
17 black. Go on, my son.
15 red, I'm now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, are those days behind him and the moments that he's had in the past? He's now looking like a mature young man and going to a very different Spurs.
I think there's a
that's
picture
what-
of him, his little son there, isn't it? With the little Tottenham kit
kids
on.
change everything.
Yeah, they do, they
Did
do.
kids
They-
change,
they-
kids change you, Ray?
Not really, no. Just cost me more money, that's all they did.
So where are you off to? Is that you away?
I'm back with you at 6:45
Oh,
to
yeah.
go through our social media moments
Cool.
if I'm
I'm
accepted.
amazed what time you have to get up now in the mornings, Shebahn.
2:30.
2:30.
Half two, it's night time,
And
isn't
you're
it?
moaning about what? What time's your alarm go? 5 o'clock?
I left at 3 years. Don't worry about that.
He's 22 years into it. I'm a week in and I'm like, help me.
How many years?
22, 24, 25.
24.
24. It's weird because you're only 50. It's a long,
Amazing.
long
isn't
time.
it?
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.